Let's talk about something that can be really stressful. Dealing with joint pain when you're on a high-deductible health plan. It's a situation so many of us face. But what if there was a smarter way to handle it? A strategy that puts you in control? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
You know that feeling, right? That twinge in your knee or that ache in your back that just won't quit? It's bad enough on its own, but then you think about your health insurance and that big, scary deductible. The fear of that massive bill can literally make you avoid getting the help you need. But this is exactly where a good strategy can change everything, a way to get the right care without completely breaking the bank.
To really get a handle on this, let's imagine someone. We'll call her Alex. Alex has a pretty standard plan, with a $6,000 deductible. She's playing soccer one weekend, makes a bad turn, and boom, serious knee pain. All of a sudden, that $6,000 number isn't just some abstract figure on a policy document, it's a huge financial wall standing between her and getting better. And this is the heart of the problem, isn't it? Unlike a quick visit for a cold, a real orthopedic issue, a bad knee, a hurt shoulder, can send you rocketing through that deductible like it's nothing. A specialist visit here, an MRI there, and before you know it, you're on the hook for thousands of dollars out of pocket before your insurance even starts to chip in. It's a massive financial shock.
But this is where we pivot from panic to a plan. Instead of just reacting, we can be strategic. And that strategy is what we're calling the orthopedic care ladder. Now, this isn't about skipping care or toughing it out. It's about getting the right care in the right order. It's a path not just to healing your body, but to keeping your finances healthy too.
So what is this care ladder exactly? Well, it's a really simple but powerful idea. You start on the bottom rung of the ladder with the most conservative, most affordable treatments first. You only climb up to the next, more expensive, more intensive rung if it's actually necessary. It completely reframes the journey from a frantic, costly scramble into a logical, step-by-step process.
Okay, so let's start climbing. The first few rungs of this ladder are all about what we call high-value care. These are the steps that, a lot of the time, solve the problem for a tiny fraction of the cost. It's all about getting the most bang for your healthcare buck, right at the beginning.
So, rung number 1, your first stop should almost always be your primary care doctor or a physical therapist. Seriously, they can diagnose a ton of issues and get you on a treatment plan that often fixes the problem right there. Only if they decide it's needed do you climb to rung 2, getting something like an MRI. Then, maybe you explore other options like bracing or injections. Every single step is taken with purpose.
And the impact of this approach? It is huge. I mean, just look at this number. By starting with something like physical therapy, which gets to the root cause of the problem, you could save over $3,500. That's compared to someone who just jumps straight to a specialist and gets a pricey MRI right away. And get this approach often leads to better health outcomes in the long run, because you avoid tests and procedures you never even needed.
Okay, but you might be thinking, what happens if those first few steps don't work? That's a fair question. The ladder isn't finished. There are next steps, and they're part of the plan, building a complete path to getting you back on your feet.
This is when you climb to rung number 4, the specialist consultation. You go see an orthopedic surgeon. And only after that, after you've explored all the other options, do you even start to think about the highest rung on the ladder, surgery. Just notice how far down the list that is. It's the final option, not the first or second.
And that's the whole point, you see. Climbing higher on this ladder isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign the process is working. It's a deliberate, planned escalation that's based on how your body is actually responding. It takes that panicked, I have to do something now feeling and replaces it with a calm, rational plan that you control.
So let's bring this all home. How does this actually look when you put it into practice? Well, it's really about shifting your whole mindset, from just reactively spending money to having a proactive strategy for your health. You become an active driver in your care journey, not just a passenger along for the ride.
I mean, just look at this comparison side by side. The reactive path on the left is a super fast track to maxing out your deductible. It's driven by anxiety, and it pushes you toward the most expensive options first. But the ladder strategy on the right, it's methodical, it's smart. It's about building a solid foundation of conservative care and only moving up when it's absolutely necessary. It saves you a ton of money and, honestly, a lot of stress. And if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this idea right here. The goal of the care ladder isn't to deny yourself treatment or to just put it off. Not at all.
It's about empowering you to make smart, sequential choices so you get the right care at the right time. That's it.
So, what do you do next time you're facing that aching back or that sore knee? Remember this, you are in control. Start on that first rung. Call your primary care doctor. Ask them, hey, is physical therapy a good first step for me? And start thinking of specialists and surgery as tools for later, as higher rungs on the ladder, to be used when you need them, not as your starting point. This whole framework is designed to make you a smarter healthcare consumer. It gives you a map to navigate what can be a really confusing and expensive system. You have the plan now, so the only question left is, what's going to be the first rung you step on?